This one in particular is of interest to me.
Yeah.
JR17.
Yes. I believe it's the winningest Mark Martin chassis we have in here. I believe there's 4 wins in the chassis. I know he won with Watkins Glen twice with it.
Dad, what can you tell us about JR17?
Well, 89 we started converting over to front steer cars, and our first one was JR10. So 17 comes along, not that long after that, and the car probably replaced the car in 1990 at Watkins Glen. We totaled at the top of the S's. BB was turned sideways, parked at the top of the S's, and we didn't have a spotter over there, and I hit him and demolished the car. So that would have been about the right time that car emerged on the scene, would be after that. I know the car had been around a while, and before we got ready to go to the Glen in 1993, Steve and the guys put it on a big diet and put a rake body on it, put the new body spec on it that we had come up with. They cut a lot of the support, non-essential support tubing out of the car. When that car was on jack stands, the hood would not close properly. The hood pins would line up. It flexed that much. And we took it there to the Glen, and we were okay in practice, didn't know that we were blazing fast. And when we went out to qualify, and I came in, I ran a good lap, but I didn't have any idea. And it was like a second faster than the track record. It was unbelievable. And of course we won the race with it. And then we came back and we won in 94 from the pole, and in 95 from the pole with that car as well. We didn't run that car at Sonoma because we ran a straight up car. That car was offset for right-hand turns. Like all our other cars were offset for left-hand turns. That one was reverse offset to get as much right side weight as we could get in it at the time. And so we retired it in 96, and it was the ideal car to take to Suzuka when we went over there to run race in Suzuka. It was raining the first day on Saturday, practice and qualifying day, so we practiced in the rain. We sat on the pole in the rain, and then when I walked out of the hotel Sunday morning to walk down to the racetrack, it was bright sunshine. So we didn't have a clue. We'd never been there. We didn't have a clue what to do for a setup, but we led the race, and Mike Skinner and Larry McReynolds and the boys beat us out of the pits. And Mike was just fast enough that I couldn't pass him back, so we ran second. It still sits in Jack's museum, painted up like it was after the race in Suzuka.
Yeah, it came straight here, it's just from my understanding.
Still have an engine?
No, and I'm going to say probably 2/3 of these have engines, but it's probably not the engine it last ran with. Typically by the point they're retired here, they're done. Yeah. And there's not a lot of incentive for them to leave a racing engine in the car. It's like my favorite area of the NASCAR stock cars too. Like we kind of refer to this area as what I feel like is peak NASCAR, like the big, bold paint schemes, the
golden era.
Kind of the end of the actual hand-painted stuff.
But before the printed stuff, when it was like you had, maybe 3 or maybe 4 primary colors, like 3 primary colors, accent color, high contrast, simple stuff that you could layer with vinyl. I don't like whenever they get into, I don't know if they have one here, but it's got all this stuff on it that obviously looks like it came out of a printer.